Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, it is the day where we'll be breaking down each stocks that I brought in April 2026. Plus, we'll be going in through the dividends, the cashback, the cash interest, and how the portfolio is growing, even in a lighter month. I was away because I was booking a long-term needed holiday, so the deposits were smaller this month. That's the whole point of the series. Realistic investing. Not fancy numbers, not £1,000 deposited in each month. Nope. We are keeping it small. We're keeping it what people would do, especially if they've been paid and they've got a little bit left over. This is what it's going to be showing. So, just a quick reminder, if you want some free shares, the link is in the description. It's a great way to kickstart your portfolio, especially if you're investing in small amounts like I do. So, once again, there is no sales this month. No tickets sold, no shares sold, no amounts sold. Literally, no selling, no fees. Exactly how I like it. This portfolio is about building, not trading. So let's kick it off. So we brought 0.0767 shares of Vanguard or VUSA, or the total amount of £7.55, which brings our total shares at 0.182, with a total invested of £17.55, with a total value at 18.32. So we're actually in profit right now. Even though we've invested not even 20 quid into the stock, we are actually up. So what is VUSA, if people do not know, or the Vanguard S&P 500? It tracks, like it mentions in the title, S&P 500, the biggest US companies. It's diversified, low cost, and historically one of the strongest long-term performers. And this is the growth engine of my Trading 212 Pi. And of course, we're going to go on to the one that I have actually covered recently on my channel, and that is Main Street Capital Corporation, where we brought 0.18 shares of Main Street Capital of a total of amount of £7.55. Total shares now up to 0.42, so we're nearly halfway to a share. Once again, total invested this month £17.55, but we're actually down slightly because the total value of the position is £17.53. Now, somebody who hasn't seen the video, which I will link down in the description, or it'll be at the end of the video if you want to go and click on that. Main is a business development company that pays monthly dividends. They lend to smaller US businesses and have a long track record of stable income. This is the income part of the pie. So we'll go on to the worst performing stocks of the month, and that is at Carnival Corporation. It's minus 3.38%. It takes the worst performing stock in the second month running. That is right, the Carnival Corporation. This is my eToro portfolio, and unfortunately, once again, it is now the worst performing stock 2 months in a row. And the funny thing is, which shocks me, it's UPS that delivered one of the best performances in my portfolio this month at a strong 8.06%. So, despite us struggling with Carnival Corporation, UPS actually went up despite the bad earnings report the last couple of days. So here is the eToro portfolio performance. There's no bias in this portfolio, but as you can see, stocks up and down. Meta was doing quite well part until the I think we're up 16% in the month, and it unfortunately went down due to the earnings report. Same with UPS, went down. Even Booking.com was up there until it went down. So that is the eToro portfolio performance. Now we're getting on to Trading 212 ISA. So as we say, this is where the pie is being held. It's been held inside the ISA. Once again, the VUSA is for long-term growth. Main is for the monthly income. The ISA protects dividends, capital gains, reinvested income. So everything compounds tax-free, which is why the ISA is the core of my strategy. As you can see, we've actually got £35 net deposits in the portfolio. Hence, while we've got £17.55 totaled into invested in each. Now, of course, Trading 212 invest in cashback. So this month I earned £8.48 in cashback at 1.5%. That means I spent around £565 in normal day-to-day life. And part of that was from booking the holiday. So, which is why this month investing was smaller. All that cashback goes straight, though, into my Trading 212 invest account. It's not allowed to go in the ISA for some reason. It's just how Trading 212 do it. So we are building a small side portfolio. And as you can see, we have 3 good stocks. Well, I say 3. We don't know how they will perform, but there's one in particular that I love really much, and that is Rocket Lab, a space company launching rockets, building reusable tech. It is high risk, but it shoots upside. You got JP Morgan, so it's a steady income ETF using cover calls. And then we've got Helium One Global, which is an ultra speculative helium exploration company. This is very much high risk, high reward, but for me, it's perfect for cashback. These three stocks are brilliant for, because cashback is technically free money. I'm going to be using that money anyway by spending it. Normally on my bank cards, I don't get any cashback, but with Trading 1 2, I do. So for me, I want it working for me. Buying shares, possibly owning dividends, especially with JP Morgan's one, and compounding over time. And of course, this month I received some dividends. Not big, but they're definitely nothing. So Vusa gave me 0.02 and Main got 0.04. So basically 2p and 4p, which brings up to 6p this month. Now, of course, it's tiny amounts, but this is the snowball effect. Every month, the snowball will get bigger. More shares, more dividends, more compounding. And of course, we did get some cash interest, because Trading 212 actually pays cash interest into money that you actually haven't got invested, and it's just sat in your portfolio. So this is my cash interest on both Invest and then the ISA. So even when I'm not buying stocks, the portfolio is still paying me. The invested cash has got to 0.19, and the cash ISA, or the ISA account has got only 0.3, which is 3p. The reason why invest is higher, because of course when you use your card, you actually have to put the money in there just so you can use the card. So if you do want me to go more depth of how Trading 212 works with that, then of course leave a comment down below and I will definitely do a video on that. Now, of course, like I say, on every single month, I use stock events for my portfolio tracker. If you do want to go and check that out, go and link in the description. I'm not sponsored. It's just I love this app and I think you guys would love it too. And of course, for the dividend tracker, I still use that as well. And of course, this is the total March. I say March, I haven't actually updated the thing. That's something that has slipped through my editing thing. It's actually supposed to say April total buys and sells at a total of 47.75. So that should say April total buys and sells. So just below $50 or just below 40 quid or 35.10p, which, you know, another month of steady building, which for me, I'm very much happy. So didn't invest nothing. I actually invested into something. So money is still working for me. Now, of course, if you want to copy the pie, the link is down in the description below. Like I say, 50% in Main, 50% in Vusa. I am trying to aim to do £2 a day into that portfolio, but at the minute it is just what we can find lying around, just like everybody would hopefully do when they can start investing. Of course, like I mentioned each month, why I started the pie. If you do want to read this, you can do, but just briefly, I built this pie to show what realistically investing is like. Not the £500 deposits you see on YouTube, not hype, not time in the market. Aiming to just do £2 a day consistently into a 50-50 split between Vusa and Main. Then anyone can follow this, even with normal bills and normal life, because that works out roughly you buying a coffee every day. Now, of course, if you enjoyed this breakdown and you want to follow the journey month by month, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment down below, and let's grow this portfolio together, one tiny step at a time. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.